So welcome back to Orkney. Something a little bit different. I've not turned to the dark side. This diesel, yes, I've said the word, this diesel motorhome, not a camper van, motorhome, I'm selling on behalf of a dear old 90-year-old lady, Joy. I've been looking after it while some friends have stayed in here for a project up here on Orkney. And now that project is finished, it's now up for sale. So Joy bought it last year, found out for a variety of reasons that she couldn't actually drive it and use it, so she wants it sold. So she lent it to me to provide some hospitality. Now that has ended, it needs to go. So let's have a quick look around it. So it's a rattly old Ducato diesel, 2.2 diesel. It's a Suntor Swift motorhome. I've had a look on the internet to see something comparable, and I'll talk about that later. It's got a power awning, it's got power steps, it's got LPG to run the fridge and the heating and the hot water. Also got some storage there, which you can see underneath the sofa. So a bit of storage going on in there. A recent storm, the flap, petrol flap, diesel flap came off. So that needs fixing, but it's here. Seats, they've had these wonderful furry covers on, but I've just pulled them back to show you that the seats underneath, or I'll say as new, they need a bit of a clean, but they're in the same velour as the rest of the trim, which I'll show you later on. The battery's under there, if you need to jump start it. Lots of storage, even good old-fashioned CDs. Yeah. Let's have a quick look around the outside. Electric windows. It needs a bit of a clean. It's been sat for months. Got a bit of green on it. Drives spot on. We'll go for a test drive in a bit. That's for fresh water for the sink and the shower. And there's a hookup charge point. So I'm going to show you that. And that is the cartridge for the wonderful, I'll do it with two hands, wonderful toilet, which is locked. So that's the cartridge for the toilet. Tow bar on the back, single electrics. Yeah, let's get inside. So you've got a power step, which does work when I hook it up. I'll show you that in a bit. Yeah, let's go and park up and I'll give you a proper tour. So what we have got is an external electric hookup, which hooks up to a 3-pin plug socket, and then we've got these power steps with the switch there. Where's it the other way? There we go. So that's by pushing that switch just there. So you get some steps. Bits of trim are broken off over the years. Yeah, got blinds on, got the rail pops out so you can get in and out. So I've got like a control panel here, so you can see that turns on and off the water, control the temperature of the internal heater, whether it's on gas or on electric. The fridge is powered by electricity or gas. Got a microwave, a gas LPG cooker. We've got the sink. You can hear the pump going. Toilet facilities, something I cannot stand up in, but it's like a wet washroom. So you can obviously turn that on. There we go. Hot and cold running water there. And the toilet, which you flush by pressing that button. And it fills up. And then you've got a lever here which you pull to get rid of the waste. And apparently you can turn that round, so if you've got long knees, you don't have to sit square, you can turn it round so you can point that way. That is the bathroom slash wet room. Lots of storage, so the coat hangers, etc. And underneath here is where the hot water is, the electric boiler and the switching and everything. So it's all been very professionally kitted out. That's the heater that runs on electricity or gas. Lots of storage, lots of cubby holes. So Weetabix for you there as well. Yeah, It's very well thought out. Sockets, I'm trying to think of everything that's a feature. Table, that comes down, and then just under here you pull that bit up and some bars come across to make a large, well, to make a very small double bed. But then you've got a bed that side as well. And if you've got any kiddywinks, they can obviously sleep in this area at the front, which goes out over the cabin. Lots of storage here. You've got obviously a, what would you call it, ventilation hatch with a blind. And there's obviously blinds here to sort of blackout blinds which come down. And then again, around the front, which is what we did for our guests, you can pull these, you can unclip these, and they stretch all the way across both sides of the windscreen, and also the side parts, so you can get some privacy, so they all blank out. So when you're parked up, you can be in the dark. Electric windows, electric wing mirrors. Don't know what that does. It has got it's got 2 keys, and one has got this Sigma alarm, is it? It's got brown heels on, that was the supply and dealer, but there is like some sort type of alarm system which immobilises the ignition being turned on when you set it. What else can I show you? We've got captain's chair armrest things which are adjustable. The TV we never got to work. It did have a reversing camera that was sort of attached here. Couldn't get that to work. So it needs a bit of TLC. Yeah, we've got lights here as well. Yeah, there we go. Got the old lights outside. Yeah, I know nothing about camper vans. I really don't. So I'm just winging it, folks. Yeah. Does that turn the lights off? Yes, there we go. So in here we've got the LPG tanks, which you can lock. There's 2 LPG tanks there, and obviously a valve and a gauge, so much you've got left in there. That one's still full. That one's sort of nearly empty. Spanners, all the bits and bobs you need. Yeah, there we go. And again, I don't know how you work I think that's a power awning that pops out. Don't know anything about that. Handbrake, driver's seat. So with these off, these seats will be really, really nice. And carpets throughout, no holes to the carpets. It's been very well looked after. No warning lights on the dash either. Let's hope the door's open. So it starts on the key. And we've got no smoky stuff coming out the diesel. Let me just give it out the exhaust. Let me give it a rev. So it's not smoking at all. So the battery was flat, so I've had it charging. The clutch feels absolutely spot on, to be fair. And it changes fine. Wipers work. Got headlights. Yeah, so like I said, it's going to have an MOT, which is due the 9th of December. So it'll have 12 months MOT on it. But this is just to give it a run up and down the road. The brakes don't grab. We actually took this away for a long weekend to the island of Sanday, and it was fine. It pulls nice and strong. You've got various information on the dashboard about fuel consumption and yeah, all the usual things, and how much range is left before you run out of diesel. So I'm just under half full, and it says I've got 274 miles range left. And then you've got a average miles per gallon, which is 25.7, 25.9, and then an instant miles per gallon. So obviously you ease off the throttle, it'll say 50, 60 to the gallon. And then when you accelerate, Obviously it drops down again to like 24, 25. 5-speed gearbox, air conditioning, an old-fashioned CD player with AM FM radio. The heater works well, fan, direction of the airflow, and yeah, it's hot already. So it's been sitting idling for 10 minutes while I've shot the different bits of video. But yeah, the heater's nice and hot. Yeah, power. We've got power sockets down there, cigarette lighter, lots of storage. Yeah, and you've got like lights down the side as well, down the side of the van. Right, I'm going to pull in here. So let's have a look at the documents and the service history. So here's the V5. It's registered in my name, but like I said, I'm selling this on behalf of a really good friend, Joy. It's had 6 previous keepers. As you can see there, it's registered as a private lights goods, 3,500 kg gross, 2.2 diesel Fiat Ducato based van. Let's look at the service stamps. Quite a lot in here. So first serviced 07 Jordan & Co Hull, so that will be the pre-delivery inspection, and then it's been serviced, and I'm just going to run through the miles: 4,300, 8,800, 12,900, 17,000, 19,000. These are at 4 dealers. 21,000, 23, 27, and last at 29,000 miles on the 15th of February 2018 in Inverness. Don't know about any history after that. It's also had a service for the actual motorhome itself. Don't know what that entails, and that was last done in 2012, and that's had 5 services, so I'm guessing that's checking everything works in the van. There's the Fiat Ducato owner's manual, and there is a massive amount of history and documents in this humongous folder. So there's so much gubbins in here about everything from the pumps, the toilet, the awning, steps, everything that's been fitted to the van is in this massive wodge of documentation, which I won't pretend to know anything about. And there's also almost like a wild camping with mealie, so there's lots of camping stuff here that you no doubt will find really, really useful. Price, I've got no idea about campers, so I've had a look on Auto Trader. I'm going to put a screenshot up now, these 2 that I find, which are the nearest I can find. So this is a Swift Suntor, and this one hasn't got the extended bed over the cabin, and that's for sale at a dealer at 26,995. An 09 plate, this is an 07 with 53,000 miles. So looking for something a bit closer age wise, there is the old shape Swift Suntor, because it's got a different front on, with what's that called, 32,000 miles, 2006. This is a 2007, and that's for sale at 19,950. So that's sort of the values I can see at the moment on Tinterweb for this particular running gear Fiat Ducato diesel Suntor motorhome. So there we go. Price, I think my friend Joy would take £18,000 for this. But anyway, do your own research. Drop me an email or reply to in the comments if you've got any questions about this, and I'll do my best to answer them. All right, thanks for watching. I've not gone to the dark side, promise. Just doing this as a favour for a friend.